Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we are in the Iowa. And I know what you're thinking. Really, Spartan? Yeah. After all the games that I've put in the cruisers lately, I felt like spoiling myself a bit. So I jumped in the Alabama, jumped in the Iowa, jumped in the Amagi a little bit too, believe it or not. And had quite a good time in all of them. You know, I enjoy my battleships. It's quite a bit of fun. And it's a good way to forget about all of the Tier 4 crying and just not being able to do any damage. It hurts. So right off the bat, we're going to go over to the right. Now, you got to be careful in an Iowa when you make this initial turn to go anywhere. Whether you're going left, going right, doesn't matter. Anytime you're broadside in an Iowa, you have a chance of being detected and deleted. Especially in an open world like this. Some maps you have stuff that'll block you, keep you from being spotted. Other maps, you get wide open ocean that just begs for deletion. Now notice I'm not giving flat broadside. Now in the Iowa it doesn't really matter because even without... Oh, hello. Hi, Nelson. Oh God, everybody sees me now. Change course. We got a broadside Iowa. Deletion inbound. Wait for it. Huh. Yep. And just like that, we have 14,934 damage. Sorry, Nelson, but I had to do it. It was kind of, you know, begging for it. Speaking of broadside on and begging for citadels, 18.7 kilometers is plenty of distance to see some nasty plunging fire shells on a Bismarck. Can you predict the outcome? Come on. Looks good. Not quite enough. And he gets away unscathed. I bet you didn't predict that, did you? Huh? You didn't. Gotcha. See, I like to hype up everything. Because then, you never know when a shot's going to be amazing. Keeps you guessing. Now this Nelson... Oh, come on. Really? Oh, hello, Adigo. Well, if I can't shoot the Nelson, I'll settle for you. Hold these. Oh, is my aim... Oh, my aim looks delicious. And... Ah! Really? Really? 9 16-inch shells all look to be in pretty good order. I get one hit, and it's an overpin. Where is this luck when I'm in a cruiser? Like, anybody else just never get overpinned in a cruiser? I could be broadside on, doesn't matter. I never get overpinned in a cruiser. Everything just goes straight in, citadels the crap out of me, and makes me cry. But it is what it is. We're going to move forward, and we're going to punch the enemy in the mouth like a boss. It's because that's the way I do things. I move forward. I kill things. Unless, of course, I'm by myself and being pushed by multiple people. In which case, I'll try to get some space between me and you. Delay. Oh, hello, Moss. Ugh. Okay, 2 hits. I'll take it. Those 2 hits were imperative. Surely this cruiser wouldn't have killed this Moss without me shooting it. Wouldn't have happened.
I owe you one.
Right? It's a British cruiser. It's got... Only AP, you know, and AP doesn't do much, even though British AP versus destroyers is pretty friggin' If you're in a destroyer and a British cruiser shoots it... Oh, really? Really, Island? You did it to me again. Every time I get a chance to shoot somebody, and Island manages to sneak in there at the last moment, and I pull the trigger, and suddenly the mountain shows up and says, "Hey, you can't shoot there." Thanks. Thanks. Appreciate that. Really do. Appreciate it a lot. Nelson, are you trying to die at this point? Is that what you're doing? You're trying to die. I might have to oblige. Oh, okay, you're turning away. I got you. Oh, hello, Colorado. Really? Really? Okay. I was about to say, there is no way that a Colorado inside 10 kilometers is staying hidden from me. And, yep. There's another 19,000 damage added to our total. And this is why you can't be broadside in a Colorado or any other American battleship. Because you don't live long. And luckily, he doesn't even shoot at us. At this point, he's like, oh, we'll be fine. We'll get behind the thing. We'll heal up. Nope, sorry, sunshine. Go back to port. And down he goes. Now, this Nelson is kiting away. What do I need to say about kiting away, folks? Well, if somebody's kiting away, and there are still other people to fight, let them go. You do not have to chase the man into oblivion. Alright? Seriously. A lot of people get sucked into kiting enemies. And I use it to my advantage all the time. If I'm in a situation where I am outnumbered or outgunned, I can kite away and prolong the enemy as long as possible. Even if I know I can't win the fight, I can at least delay them and give my team the advantage that way. So don't worry about it. Now here, I waited for him to turn away from us before making the inevitable turn to give my broadside to those 16-inch guns. While they are not good 16-inch guns all the time, they still are 16-inch guns and can absolutely wreck you. Atta-go. How you doing? Let me reach out and say hello one more time. Surely, we're not going to miss this shot. And there's the Citadel, and down he goes. You know, sometimes it's just the little things in life. Now, the Nelson got a pretty good hit on us there, so you can see I'm increasing the angle at which the shells will come in and hit me. I am a 900-foot-long ship, so that is a thing to remember. You got to be careful. Now, I'm moving back to regroup with my team. I'm also shooting at the Nelson, but kind of leaving the Nelson to do his thing. Again, he's kiting away. I don't need to go chase him down. Now, there's a battleship behind me to my right. I believe it's a Leon that's headed towards their base right now. He is going to be kind of a casualty of this particular moment. Because I'm kiting away from the Nelson, and because I'm trying to regroup with the guys that are headed towards our base, first and foremost, my job is to make sure that I'm in position to defend my base. I can't try to get into their base and do things from there, because there's no guarantee that once I'm in their base, I will be able to see our base. And if they get two people in our base, I'd rather be in a position to actually shoot them. Now, we just lost our Hipper to the Nelson. It's unfortunate, but it happens. We've got a Bismarck out here, we've got a Jean Bart over here, and everybody is in a position to start making moves. Now, I say that. I just got over here, and my Gneiseno, who I've been talking to in voice chat, has brought up the fact that he needed help a long time ago. He's one of the reasons I was coming all the way back. And I told him, I'm on my way. Just, I'm trying to get to you. I'm not leaving you high and dry. Together we can pull this off. And unfortunately, it doesn't work out quite the way we hoped. I take a shot at the turning Bismarck, knowing that he's going to be an easy hit. In theory. And we get two overpins. It's unfortunate, but it happens. The Jean Bart is turned around and heading back towards his base, which is preferable. That's one less guy that I have to worry about. Nelson's about to come around the corner, and I tell my Gneiseno, do not worry about torpedoes. I can kill the man with one shot. It's fine. Unfortunately, he launches his torpedoes. My shot's on the way. I do get two Citadels. Down he goes. And because he went broadside on, he unfortunately gets finished off by the Bismarck, Jean Bart, and the destroyer firing on him. Now here, I have a choice to make. I'm giving the side of my ship to a Jean Bart, which is not preferable, but I need to kind of put my ship pointed towards the Fletcher. I know that I can kill the Fletcher with one good shot, so I'm aiming well, and I take the shot. Come on, baby! Got him! Down he goes, and now I'm feeling pretty good. Yes, I took some stupid amounts of damage there, but it's better than having to worry about torps for the rest of the game. Getting that Fletcher out of here could win us the match. Because I have no problem fighting battleships. I will fight battleships any day of the week. But destroyers, when you're in the Iowa, are the bane of your existence. Now, we've got a Jean Bart broadside on, just begging for the biscuits. And so we send out a juicy-looking salvo, and looks like it's going for center ship, and good penetrations. Unfortunately, 1 penetration and 2 overpins is not what I was looking for. The Jean Bart is so annoying to shoot at any sort of range. Now, if it's close, I'll delete them all day long. But at range, it's difficult to get citadels on them. It's just like there's a spot of their armor that just either overpins or it ricochets. And it's obnoxious to fight at any sort of distance, even when they're broadside. Bismarck, on the other hand, has the opposite effect. I know that any angle that this Bismarck sails at, I can get a lot of regular penetrations thanks to his turtleback armor. I might not citadel him, even though there's a good chance I do. But even if I don't, look at that damage. 16,000 damage in a salvo. I might as well have citadeled him there, just from the sheer number of regular penetrations. And that's because of the turtleback armor making the shells not over-penetrate. So they're exploding inside the armor of the ship, or after it's penetrated the first layer of armor. So it's doing more damage, or it's doing full damage. Now the Jean Bart is still the most threatening to our team. A Bismarck is a tough ship, but it's not as dangerous as a Jean Bart. And that was a much better salvo against the Jean Bart. Now here, I am making a mistake. I am pushing towards the Bismarck. I'm still bow tanking, which is good, but his secondaries can fire out to 11 kilometers. Some further than that if you go full secondary build, which I don't do that in mine. Mine, I think, fire out to 10 and a half, something like that. But that's not a full secondary build. I think they can go further than that at like, or maybe mine's 9.5. I don't remember. But unfortunately, this time the Jean Bart's paying attention. He turns away at the last second. We miss him. And now the Bismarck has taken down our Iowa. I have the Leon, 2 cruisers, and me to take on these 2 battleships. Look at the score right now. What should I be doing in this situation? Should I be chasing down 2 battleships? No. In fact, the fact that I am chasing them down is actually counterintuitive to winning the game. We have the lead. And this is what Jingles calls winning harder. You have the lead, all you have to do is not die, and you win the match. The Leon has overextended, he's got himself in a world of hurt, he's caught between a Bismarck and a Jean Bart, and he's got all of their attention. So why am I chasing them? Honestly, just comes down to not paying attention. I wasn't looking at the score. In my mind, I need to do as much damage as possible and try to kill these guys. I only have 20,000 health left. I get into another secondary battle with this Bismarck and I could potentially die. Just because he can set me on fire with his secondaries quite a bit. He's outside my secondary range, so I have to be able to citadel him to death, which is possible, though unlikely, especially when he's sailing like this. But if he does turn, then there's a chance. And he is starting to turn in. Right after we fired, that's going to be a nasty salvo. And once again, we put another 15,000 damage on him. And then we swing out to give him the rear guns as well. And we've already lost the Leon. The cruisers behind me. This is one of the times where I tell the cruisers, guys, disengage. Do not attack these guys. Get out of there. Run away. Because at this point, I realize that we are going to win this match. I am going to die. There's nothing I can do about that now. I've overextended. I've put myself in a position to be fired on by 2 battleships, and I don't have the health remaining to do that. Not to mention, Bismarck secondaries are pretty nasty. They're not always nasty, but they fire a lot, and you throw enough stuff at the wall, some of it's going to stick. Now, I'm not going to lie, I was still caught off guard. Now, this was a terrible shot. That second time I moved it back was too far. And, wait for the penetration. There it is. 1 penetration for over 6,000 damage. And down I go. I'm not sure exactly how he got that full penetration through the bow of my ship. I'm assuming it came in just high enough to go through the deck armor and still arm. It was a little frustrating. But, at this time, I am begging these guys. Dude, you've got your smoke screen. I know that the smoke lasts like 1.5 to 2 minutes. Just sit in your smoke. Do not worry. You win. Even though they killed me, it wasn't enough to swing the score enough to win the match. However, if they sink even 1 more ship, they win. And either of these guys are a one-shot kill for those guys. So in this situation, I was begging them, just stay in your smoke. You win. 20 seconds left, and you win. And luckily for us, they actually did stay in the smoke. They didn't bite and come out and try to take on a Jean Bart and a Bismarck. Because one salvo is all it takes for these two cruisers to just disappear. And so we end up having a pretty decent game. 166,000 damage done, even though we lost. And again, teaching moments. There are plenty of moments that I screw up. And I am fully able to point out when I screw up. I love showing you guys, hey, this is where I made my mistake. Don't do this. And so hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. Hopefully you guys... I don't know. I was going to go off on a different tangent, but the game's over. So if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button. Leave a comment below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as always, I will see you in the next video.